everyone and welcome to another Marvel Crisis Protocol unboxing video, and today for you, a little bit late, we have CP53 and CP54 to unbox the releases from July. The other release was Sam Wilson, Captain America and War Machine, but of course I managed to get my hands on those like a month early, so the unboxing of that went up a long time ago. I was waiting to get a good deal on these to try and find them for a good price because I'm not super enthused about any of these characters. Omega Red I vaguely remember from the X-Men cartoon. I think he was in it towards the tail end, but very briefly. These are ancient memories, so I might be wrong. Cassandra Nova I'd never heard about, and I think it is in the running for the worst pose they've ever done, and that's including Black Cat. Jean Grey is fine. I always mention this, but if you are ever on YouTube, go to the search bar, type in Jean Grey is useless and watch that video. It's very funny. But anyway, let's take a look. We'll do them in order. We'll start with the two ladies. Alright, let's quickly take a look at the back if you want to pause and read their lore. I have no idea what a Mumudrai is. As I say, I am not familiar with Cassandra Nova at all. And as much as I am making jokes about Jean Grey being useless, from what I remember from the cards of these two, they are both very, very competent in this game, and I think Jean Grey kind of counters Cassandra a little bit, and that's maybe why they put them together, because I think she had something that stops being moved. Not a lot of sprue, so it's a very light box. Let me just quickly look at that since we've got it right here, why not? The usual selection of bases, of course. There is Cassandra Nova, standing on a stupid bit of what looks like slime spurting out of the ground. I've seen some good conversions with her, like making her look like she's on like psychic energy, or a silly one where she's on a fire hydrant. Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking. I get it that she's just like, she's Charles Xavier but evil, and there's Jean Grey as well. They could have just made her look imposing. Like an old lady just standing there is imposing, because you're like, oh, what are they gonna do? And then of course they're super powerful. They would have gotten away with it, I think, if they just had her like standing with her stick, or do something like something like Scarlet Witch, have her like pulsating with psychic energy. In fact, I can see on the back of her card here, something like that. That would have done. Anyway, Supreme Judgment being cast on assembly instructions. It's a one page, so there's not much to it. I've got to put the back of Jean Grey's head onto the front of her head. Well, her hair onto the back of her head, I should say. Beyond that, it seems okay. It does look like there's anchor points on the psychic energy she's like being levitated by, so that's good. It looks a little loose. Actually, no, it looks like it would stick to the base pretty well. And Cassandra, basically it's fine. I'm definitely not putting that slime underneath her, so I'm going to have to think of something else to hold her up, because it just looks dumb. It just looks so dumb. I don't know what they were thinking. Thank goodness they revealed all those new Doctor Strange themed releases coming, because those are all fantastic looking sculpts, because I feel like they've been a bit lazy with some of the Spider-Man releases and these as well, unfortunately. Anywho, we have their cards. I think they're both 5 threat as well, so they're hefty characters. So we just have a massive amount of X-Men affiliation tokens, the new root symbol, and a slow. And then we have only 2 cards. Only 2 cards. Yeah, usually it's minimum 3. Well, we have Mental Domination, which appears to be Cassandra controlling Rogue to attack Beast, and Beast's head is far too small for his body. Mental Domination, range 2, 2 damage. Okay. During their activation, Cassandra Nova or Jean Grey can spend 3. Choose an enemy character within 3. Chosen character advances small, and then the character that played this card makes the above attack. When measuring range and line of sight, you do it from the character you're controlling. Add dice equal to their physical defense. So there you go, that's how you boost it up to like 6 or so. And you can reroll any number of opposing defense dice in the defense roll. Okay. Oh, and the other card is Jean. I can only ever, like, in my mental picture, I can only ever picture Wolverine shouting that constantly in the 90s cartoon. I know Scott did as well, but I can only remember Wolverine doing it because of his unique voice. I love that Professor X is just face palming in the background. It's less that he's upset Jean is dead, and more that he's embarrassed. When an allied Jean Grey is dazed or KO'd, after it's resolved, Cyclops or Wolverine can play this card. The character that played this card may immediately perform an attack. I guess that's what they had to do for now until the... What is wrong with Colossus in this picture? Have you seen Colossus? He's looking a little bloated. That's very strange. I'm not too keen on the art on that card, but I do like being reminded of Wolverine screaming Jean over and over. So on to their cards, and yeah, I paused there to just have a quick look to make sure I wasn't missing another tactics card. I don't seem to be. So they do just come with 2, which I think is a first. So here is Miss Grey, 5 threat, medium move, 6 health, 3, 4, 5 with her defenses. Psionic Bolt is our basic attack, and it's Mystic obviously, then Telekinetic Force needing 6 power, but it's a 9 physical, range 3 and has explosive on it. Battlefield Manipulation, size 4 or less within 3, throw it medium for 3 power. Choose another character with an activated token within 2 and push it small for 3. Okay. Shield Mind. Oh yeah, that's the one that counters Cassandra Nova. When this character or an allied character within 4 would be advanced, placed or pushed by a mystic attack by the enemy, spend 2 and you just turn it off. It doesn't happen. Latent Psychic Potential, you get 1 extra power in the power phase. Simple enough. Her base attack is a 5 Mystic, which is always good. It saps power as well, which I forgot to mention. As far as a 5 threat goes, I would say she's not bombastic, but she looks like she would be consistent. Her HP goes up on her... Yeah, goes up by 1 on her wounded side. I believe everything else remains the same. It would have been nice if I had some hinting at the Phoenix on this side, but I imagine the Phoenix will be a separate miniature down the line. I hope they do the Phoenix Force at some point, like when it infects Cyclops and Colossus and whatnot. That would be quite neat. But yeah, for a 5 threat, she's consistent looking. It's the nicest way I can say that. So then we have Cassandra Nova Xavier, also 5 threat. Also medium move, it's 7 HP on her healthy side, 2, 3, 4 instead of 3, 4, 5 for her defenses. She has 3 attacks. Her Psionic Bolt is identical to Jean's. Then for 1 power she has Mind Possession, 6 Mystic at range 3, and you can move the target after hitting them unless Jean counters it. And Flesh Manipulation for 4 power, 8 physical, range 2 with Explosive Force. She just makes you pop. And like even that pose would be fine for the miniature, for the record. Old people look imposing when they're doing nothing. Their wrinkled old face speaks volumes. Biokinesis. Choose an enemy character within 3. It gets rooted and slowed for 3. Psychic Distraction for 2 power. When an enemy model ends their movement within 3 of this character, they can spend. You roll 4 dice. They suffer 1 damage for each crit and wild. And as long as you deal at least 1 damage, you can advance them small. So she's all about like moving people around. Telekinetic Deflection. Makes her immune to damage from collisions for 2 power. Telepathic Cloak is stealth. It is just stealth. She can fly. Oh, can Jean fly? Yeah. And she has healing factor 1 for some reason. Does she have some mutant healing somehow? Oh, so she's like the polar opposite of Jean. She starts at 7 health, goes down to 6. Jean starts at 6 and goes up to 7. It doesn't look like anything else changed. Actually, did her defenses change? No. That pose would have been perfect as well for the miniature. Why on earth did they settle on old lady getting boosted up by bolt of slime that doesn't even, like... Why is this not green, if that's green? They could have made it look just purple if their psychic colour is purple. I don't know. I don't know what on earth they were thinking with the way they sculpted this lady. She seems more interesting. I think when you get to the 5 threat range, being just kind of consistent looking like Jean does isn't quite enough. Being interesting is more like Scarlet Witch is obviously incredibly interesting and varied for, I think she's 5 threat, right? She's 5 threat and Magneto was 6. But yeah, Cassandra Nova seems interesting. Flesh Manipulation sounds horrifying. She's got to be point blank though, and she's a bit of a glass cannon against physical attacks because she can't force people to go against her mystic defense. So against just normal brawler people, she would suffer. Interesting. I'd say she has the more interesting card. She has definitely the least interesting miniature. But Jean is fine. So with that, we'll get that moved out of the way, and then we'll take a look at Omega Red. Okay, so Omega Red. My initial complaint about this guy is he does seem to be on like the Hela size base, etc. And reminds me a lot of how Mr. Sinister arrived in a box, etc. He might be bulkier than that, but to me Mr. Sinister seemed like quite a complex miniature. It was sold by itself for, I think, $19.99 was the retail price for third-party people here. Omega Red, like the base price that was going around was $25. I eventually did find him for less, but I'm not sure why there's the price increase on a single miniature compared to Mr. Sinister, when yeah, okay, he's got metal tendrils, but it looks to me like Mr. Sinister is more complex and involves more plastic, but I don't know. I found the pricing of him very odd. That's just the point I wanted to make. Maybe it's because he's in the larger box, because they had to do the larger box because of the, well, to maintain the tendrils they had to do this. They had to put the pins in. But beyond that, basically normal. We have the two options of the medium-sized base, of course, and then the rest of him, which is his legs, his knee guards, I think. And then the Rocky standing on, oh no, on a ponytail. Is that a ponytail? It's a ponytail. You have to attach the ponytail to his head. Of course you do. Well, here we are. Yeah, I would say the ponytail into top of skull is the only bad part. It looks like it's pretty detailed with telling you how to put in the tendrils, which is what I was worried about. And the rest of it seems okay. I presume the knee guards are not part of the leg just because they had to do that to keep the detail. You've got to do wrist into forearm. That's always annoying. It doesn't seem too bad though. And you might want to not attach the tendrils until he's painted, I don't know. Right, let's see what we have in here once I get it open. Alright, we have poison tokens, activated tokens, and for some reason a pure red dazed token. Do people not like the purple and blue version or something? Or maybe connected to something special he can do, I don't know. He comes with 3 cards. So we have Red Room Training, very apt. At the start of the activation phase, any ally character can spend 2 to play this card. The character gains stealth until the end of the round. It's simple. Very niche though. Ooh, cool art. Grievous Wounds. During a character's activation, when it targets an enemy character with an attack, it may spend 1 to play this card. If the target is dealt damage by this attack, the target cannot have damage removed from it in its activation phase. So it counters healing factor, or like if someone was going to use medkit, that kind of thing. That's neat. Carbonadium Synthesizer, that's because that's what Omega Red's infected with. Omega Red can play this card, remove all special conditions from this character. It removes 1 damage and gains 1 power for each special condition removed this way. Okay, not sure if that's worth taking as a slot for your tactics cards, but interesting. So last but not least, his character card. Oh, almost dropped it. He is 4 threat, moves small, 6 health, 3/3/4 for his defenses. Just a reminder before we go through as it's a meme tradition at this point, but Daredevil is a 4 threat character. His basic attack, range 3, 5 physical dice. It also drains life, so for every damage dealt, he heals himself 1. Which is pretty good. And his other attack, 4 threat, 7 physical dice, range 3. Red Terror, it has Absorb Essence. Change one of the defending characters' hits, crits, shields, wilds, or crits to a skull for each wild you roll. This character gains 1 power for each die changed this way. Very nice. Death factor, if this character and enemy characters within 2 of it are poisoned. Oh no, sorry, hang on. This character and enemy characters within 2 of it with the poison special condition suffer 2 damage. But he's immune to poison. That's the part that confused me. Okay. Ensnare, push an enemy character within 4 and line of sight towards his character medium for 2 power. When this character would suffer damage from an enemy effect, reduce the amount damage suffered by 1 to a minimum of 1. Again, Daredevil is a 4 threat character. Death Spores. Enemy characters that end their activation within 2 of him are poisoned. So that's how he chains it together with the death factor. Additionally, at the end of this character's activation, enemy characters within 2 of it gain the poison special condition. Okay, so that's just meaning like enemy characters that move within 2 of him are poisoned, and then anyone who is within 2 of him after he activates is also poisoned. And he is immune to poison. He's immune to poison though, so why would it specify this character for death factor? I don't understand that, that just seems like an oversight to me. He stays on 6 health on his other side. It doesn't look like anything else changes at a glance. I don't believe so, but if I'm wrong, I'm holding it up for you to pause and have a look. I mean, he seems like a really good 4 threat to me. Doesn't specifically fit in with, like, you must take him in this affiliation. He just seems like a very competent 4 threat character that can kind of fit in wherever you need him. And he loves to spread poison. Is it Scarlet Witch that stops people curing poison? Or is it that one of the stats is she doesn't stop? If she does, then teaming him up with her seems like a really good idea to just really annoy the enemy. But anyway, that is Omega Red. He seems more interesting, especially, like, he seems so good for a 4 threat character. My poor Daredevil, he should be 3 threat. They made such a mistake. I will never let it go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this unboxing of Omega Red CP54. Jean Grey and Cassandra Nova CP53. I believe the next wave of releases is Moon Knight and Blade. I don't know if anyone's coming out at the same time as them, because I think it's another month after that until we see the new Doctor Strange and Dormammu and Mordo, etc. and the Ancient One, which looks cool. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Go check out the battle reports if you haven't already, and we'll hopefully see these on the table soon. Until next time, ta-ta for now.